Imagine this, a young warrior, barely more than a boy in years, but already a legend in the making. He stands alone against the most terrifying creature in the north. A dragon so vast, its body coils like a mountain range, its breath a venomous fog that withers the grass beneath it. This is the story of Sigurd, son of Sigmund, and how he earned the name Fafnir's Bane, the Dragon Slayer. Welcome back. Today we're diving deep into one of the greatest and most influential tales from the Volsunga saga, the 13th century Icelandic epic that inspired everything from Wagner's Ring Cycle to Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. This is the legend of cursed gold, Betrayal, and one of the most badass dragon-slaying scenes in all of mythology. Let's begin. Long before Sigurd's time, the Volsung clan was already legendary, their bloodline traced back to the god Odin himself. Sigurd's father, Sigmund, was a mighty warrior who had survived wolfskin transformations, brutal battles, and even broken his legendary sword Gram in combat. Sigurd was born after his father's death. His mother, Hjordis, fled and later married King Hjalprek. The boy grew up strong, wise, and skilled in runes, languages, and warfare. His foster father was Regin, a master blacksmith and a dwarf. Regin taught Sigurd everything, but he had his own dark agenda. One day, Regin pulled Sigurd aside and spoke of a treasure beyond imagining, lying on Gnita Heath, guarded by a monstrous serpent named Fafnir. Here's where the story gets truly dark. Regin told Sigurd the tale of his own family. Their father was Hreidmar, one of Regin's brothers. Otter could shapeshift into an otter to fish. One day, the gods Odin, Loki, and Honir killed Otter by accident. To pay the blood price, the gods had to fill Otter's skin with gold, and then cover it completely. Loki forced the dwarf Andari to surrender his entire horde, including a magical ring called Andvaranaut. As Andari handed it over, he placed a terrible curse upon it. This gold and this ring shall be the death of whoever owns it. Fafnir, the greediest of the brothers, killed his own father to claim the treasure. Then he fled to Gnita Heath, where he transformed into a colossal dragon, venomous, armored in scales, and utterly merciless, to guard his horde forever. Regin, the surviving brother, had waited years for revenge. Now he saw, in Sigurd, the perfect champion. Sigurd, hungry for glory, agreed. Regin forged 2 swords for him, both shattered on the anvil like cheap iron. Frustrated, Sigurd went to his mother and retrieved the broken pieces of Gram, the sword his father Sigmund had wielded. Regin reforged it with care. When Sigurd tested it, the blade sliced clean through the anvil without a notch. He even floated a piece of wool in a rushing river and cut it cleanly as it floated past. Gram was perfect. Before setting out, Sigurd received a gift from Odin himself, disguised as an old man with one eye. The mighty horse, Grani, descended from the 8-legged Sleipnir. Grani could carry impossible burdens and understood his rider's mind. Together, man and horse rode toward Gnita Heath and destiny. Sigurd and Regin reached the heath. The ground was scorched. The air reeked of poison. Odin appeared once more, this time as a hooded stranger. He advised Sigurd, dig not one pit, but several, so the dragon's blood would flow away and not drown or alert the beast. Sigurd dug his trench right beneath Fafnir's path to the river where he drank. He hid inside, gripping Gram tightly. The earth trembled, rocks cracked, a low guttural hiss filled the air as the colossal dragon approached. Fafnir's body was enormous, longer than any ship, covered in impenetrable scales, with venom dripping from his jaws. As the dragon's belly passed directly over the pit, Sigurd thrust upward with all his strength. Gram pierced straight through the scales and deep into Fafnir's heart. The dragon roared in agony, thrashing and spewing venom. The ground shook violently. Fafnir gasped, "Who are you who dares strike at me?" Sigurd replied proudly, "I am Sigurd, son of Sigmund." Fafnir, dying, warned him, "You may take my gold, but it will bring you little joy. It will be your death, and Regin's too." With one final shudder, the great dragon Fafnir lay still. Sigurd had done the impossible. He had slain the dragon. Regin emerged from hiding. He drank the dragon's blood and demanded Sigurd roast Fafnir's heart so he could eat it and gain its power. While cooking the heart over the fire, Sigurd burned his finger. Without thinking, he put it in his mouth to cool it, and tasted the dragon's blood. Suddenly, he understood the language of the birds. A flock of nuthatches chattered above him. "If Sigurd eats the heart, he will become the wisest of men. But beware, Regin. He plans to betray you and take the gold for himself. Strike off his head, take the treasure, ride to Hindarfell, where the Valkyrie Brynhild sleeps in a ring of fire." Sigurd didn't hesitate. As Regin approached, expecting his meal, Sigurd drew Gram one final time and struck off his foster father's head. Sigurd entered Fafnir's lair, a vast underground hall of iron and stone. There he found more gold than 2 horses could carry. He loaded it into chests and placed them on Grani's back. The mighty horse carried it all without strain. He also took the helm of Awe, which could strike fear into enemies, and a golden byrnie. Sigurd had won unimaginable wealth, but he had also claimed the cursed treasure of Andvari. The ring Andvaranort now rested among the horde, the same ring that would bring death and betrayal to everyone who possessed it in the years to come. Sigurd Fafnir's Bane had become a legend in his own lifetime, but this was only the beginning of his story. Soon he would ride through fire to awaken the Valkyrie Brynhild, only for fate, magic, and that cursed gold to tear everything apart in one of the most tragic love stories in Norse mythology. If you want the full heartbreaking continuation, Sigurd and Brynhild, the betrayal by the Dukings, and the final doom of the Volsungs, let me know in the comments, and I'll make part 2. What did you think of Sigurd's dragon slaying? Was it as epic as you imagined? Drop your favorite Norse legend below. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe for more Viking sagas and Norse mythology, and hit the bell so you never miss a tale. Until next time, stay legendary.